My pranams to all the heads of the Central Board of Secondary Education. My pranams to the IC members, Ms. Premlata ji and Ms. Anupama Sharma ji. This video is submitted for viewing as a prerequisite for the virtual inspection of schools which have applied for upgradation. I deem it a pleasure to carry you through this video as per the guidelines given in the standard operating procedures. Welcome to Shri Vidhya Mandhir. Shri Vidhya Mandhir, with the motto Empowering Every Child, is located in Pushpattur village on the Udumalai Palani highway. It belongs to the Palani Taluk and the Dindukal district. The motto of our school is Empowering Every Child. What you are viewing now is the main gate. We have the securities room in the center, and on either sides there are two gates, one for the entry and the other for the exit of vehicles. Now, this view is the view of the compound wall. As you can see, this is the main gate. On either sides you've got the compound wall. This is the east side, and now you can see this is the south side wall joining here the east side wall. Now you can see the other side of the main gate, that is also the east side joining the north side compound wall. And now this north side compound wall, at the back you can see it is joining the west this side. So this view is taken from the outside. This is the west side compound wall. What you see throughout, that is the west side. And now this is the parking area. Once you enter the main gate, the left side of it is the parking area. What is in front is the two-wheeler parking, and the rear side, that is for the four-wheelers. And now you can see the front view of the school, and as you can see there are three entrances for the school. What is in the center is the main lobby, and what is to the left is a small entrance, and in the middle there is a students lobby through which students enter the school. And in line with the main lobby we have the pathway also. Here we've got the assembly area, and of course that side the hostel buildings are under construction. This is the stage. In front of it is the place for students to assemble, and there is a huge space for students to stand and all. Yes, I think this picture gives where the students will stand for the assembly. And now this is the view of the main lobby. Once we ascend these steps, there is a flat area where from the other lobby also it leads to this area. Here we've got the reception. The reception. Here there is sufficient space where parents come and they are directed to whichever office they want to go. And in the lobbies, what you see at the back of these chairs are the house boards. Adventurers with the blue color and challengers green color. And on the other side, you have got the innovators with the yellow color and warriors with the red color. All competitions happen between the houses. And now we move on to the ground area. The ground is around 2.2 acres with a 200 meters track. What you see is the innermost lane and the outermost lane. And there is a football court also. And I think you can see the 200 meters track the other side. And adjacent to that, as you will see now, are the other courts. This is again the view of the 200 meters track in the close-up. And now adjacent to that, you have got two courts, volleyball courts. And this side, you have got the handball courts. This year we hosted the staff Sahodya matches in this ground, football and the throw ball. Football for the gents and throw ball for the ladies. So now we move on to the most important places, the labs, and this is the physics lab. And this is the full view of the physics lab. Each lab has got two doors and a storage room. And now we'll see the items.
Here you can see a slinky. These are the analog stopwatches. And here you can see the screw gauges, which can be used for various measuring experiments. These are the spirometers, a digital stopwatch, a weight box, and here I am showing a physical balance with a weight box. And next to the physical balance, here I am showing you few glass slabs, glass prisms, lens stands, tuning forks. Here is a sonometer apparatus with knife edges and with slotted weights. Next to the sonometer, here you can see magnetic compass, a convex, concave lenses and mirrors, mirror strips, a mercury thermometer, a copper calorimeter, and this is the simple pendulum apparatus with metal box. Here are the few slotted weights. These are the vernier calipers, spring balancers. Here you can see tapping keys and plug keys. Next to these things, here you can see a coil of TCC wire, copper plates, zinc plates, a resistance box, ammeters, voltmeters, micrometer, millimeters, and a galvanometer. Next to these apparatus, here you can see a potentiometer apparatus with jockeys, a resistance box, a battery eliminator, a Daniel cell, a Leclanche cell, a rheostat. Next to the set of potentiometer apparatus, here you can see a 14th barometer with a mercury metal. Next to these apparatus, here you are seeing Boyle's law apparatus as well resonance column apparatus. And here this is another set of potentiometer, a tangent galvanometer with bar magnets. This is Young's modulus apparatus. Next to this, here you can see a parallelogram vector addition apparatus. Next to this apparatus, here you can find a meter bridge with a pencil jockey, an unknown resistance, few meter scales, a sonometer power supply, and finally you are seeing a battery eliminator.
And now that we are done with the physics lab, next we will move on to the next important lab, that is the chemistry lab. So chemistry lab, as I told you, every lab has got two doors and this is the entrance, and you can see the arrangement, the tables on either sides with 3 set of shelves on each side. So in total we have got 6 shelves with 2 racks on either tables, 3 in each table, and we have got the arrangement for the gas connection, as you can see, and in between the racks you have got the wash basin, and you can see the items which are used in the chemistry lab, like the burette stand, the test tube stands, and the other apparatus, beakers, wash bottles, and the tripod stands, and the Bunsen burners, and the wire gauze, and the volumetric analysis apparatus, as you can view. That is the chart of the periodic table there. And now you can see the board in the front and the other apparatus which are required for the experiments of the senior secondary classes. And this is the other table which is there. This also had the same arrangement as I told you in the previous table. The shelves, the place for keeping the chemicals and all that. And this is the volumetric analysis arrangement and the other items which are required for the experiments, and all the reagents and other chemicals are there in the storeroom, which we will see now. Yes, you can see the weighing machine here. Yes, you can now view all the 6 shelves. And now this is the storeroom where all the chemicals are arranged. All the chemicals which are required for the experiments of the senior secondary classes are arranged in this rack in the storeroom. And the salts which are required for salt analysis, all other chemicals, all these have been entered in the stock register, the list of reagents, chemicals, acids, whatnot. So with that overall look of the chemistry lab, we move on to the biology lab. The biology lab, the arrangement of the tables is as like that of the chemistry lab, where we had 2 tables on either sides with cupboards arranged. These are the items which are required for the experiments. You can see the measuring jars, the wash bottles, the china clay dishes, and here also on the tables there are wash basins where the tap is on both the sides, and here you can see the skeleton that side, and here this is the dissection microscope, the hand lens and the needles and the tweezers. And as I told, every wash basin has got 2 sets of taps on either side. And these are some of the charts which are displayed. Charts showing the meiosis 1 and 2, the mitosis and all that. And this is the skeleton. Actually, we have to hang it up just for display sake. We have kept it like this. And the other chart of the plant kingdom. And again, that's the board. This is the set of instruments which are on the other side of the table. You can see a full set: watch glasses, scissors, test tube holders, beakers, glass rod. And now you can see the stock room where the necessary chemicals for the biology experiments are kept. The starch powder and the other necessary items, with the spatula and the list of all this is there in the stock register. And again, the spirit lamp. This is another view of the items which are present here. And these are the compound microscopes with lens box. There are many slides, the prepared slides as well as empty slides. This is the slide box. Yes, you can see a closer view of the slide box here and the compound microscope as well. So this is the overall view of the biology lab. And now we move on to the next lab. We have got two computer labs. This is the computer lab number 1, which can accommodate 20 students. The front for the teacher, and there is a whiteboard in front with the projector, and this is the arrangement of the systems. You can see the table, it's got a different arrangement, convenient for the children. We have got another lab. This lab is meant for the usage of the senior secondary children. Computer lab number 1. The secondary and senior secondary children can use this. Yeah, this is the full view of the lab. And now we move on to the computer lab number 2. Here we've got a little more number of computers as compared to lab 1, sufficient enough for a batch of 36 students here with the administrator in that corner. All these systems have been numbered. This lab also, as like the other labs, has got 2 doors on either sides, and the arrangement is such that there are 2 tables with a partition in between each of them, and children sit on either sides to work. This room also has got a projector in case they need, and I think this gives an overall view of how the computer lab looks like. All the labs are comfortable to use with necessary items like the fans, and there is also AC connected, so that being a computer lab, and now this is the maths lab. The maths lab, it's a room where 2 tables are there, and all the maths lab items are displayed here, and teachers of the maths department have been given training regarding the usage of the maths lab items. And there's a stock register for this also, and this is a view of the items which is displayed on the table. Children are very interested to work in the maths lab, and there is a timetable in which the teacher has to bring the child to the maths lab at least once in a week in the period which is allotted, and do the activity based exercises here. Yes, these are the other small items which are generally used in the maths lab. All are put inside those, the beads and all those which are stored here with the guidebooks and all that in the rack. So now we have seen the maths lab. We will move on to the library. You can see there, this place is for the librarian with her registers and the system. And we have got the entry register where people who enter the library during the lunch and the break, they should enter there. And this is the reading room with 2 tables and chairs around. And you can see the books of varied subjects are arranged in the racks with relevant labels for easy identification and selection. The catalog, the accession register, and all that is well maintained. And here you've got a big reading room where again in all the shelves the books are kept labeled properly for easy reference, and all are with doors to be maintained well. These are the reference books which are kept to one side. And subject wise you can see the labeling which has been done. All the subjects relevant for the school children are found and labeled accordingly, and the general books you can see here. Yes, so all the racks with labels and relevant books. The reading area, quite big. And now we'll move on to the restrooms. This is the restroom for boys. And you can see the rooms with the doors and the urinals. These are restrooms for the boys. Separate rooms with the doors. And these are the urinals with the necessary partition. This is the wash basin. This is again the girls' bathroom. All the rooms are with doors. As you can see, on either sides there are rooms. And every bathroom has got two doors, that side and this side. That is, you can see the bathrooms are on either sides. As you can see, girls' bathroom, and this is the door. Two doors are there. And now you can see the wash basin here. And now this is the drinking water area. There are two floors, and this is the ground floor. Same place in the above two floors also, the drinking water area is there. And there is an RO plant which is there, and water is there. You can see the other side also. Like this, you've got in the other floors also the drinking water. And the portable certificate which shows that the water is portable is attached to the documents. And now this is the uh, extinguisher shown in connection with the fire safety equipments. And the school has 3 wings in each floor, and in all the 3 wings we have got, along one wing there are these buckets with sand, and then the extinguishers in appropriate places. So in this corridor we've got 3, and in the middle corridor we've got 3, and in the rear corridor also there are 3. Like this, in each floor we have got 9 extinguishers placed at appropriate places. And the sand buckets also in every floor, it's kept, and the extinguishers are refilled whenever necessary based on the expiry and all that. And usage of that is also taught to the teachers as well as the students. And the document for the fire safety is also attached in the document. list which will be sent. And now we move on to one of the primary grades. This is grade 1, classroom. Every classroom has got a green board and the white board, and the furniture, safe, ergonomically designed furniture, and you've got the wall paintings with all the basic concepts of numeracy and language on the walls. As you can see, this is for the teacher and the children to have, to come closer and all that. And here is a mini podium to give a feel of the children to practice for public speaking and get rid of the fear. And we've got the ACs as usual, and the projector you can see there. And next we move on to the middle school, one sample class, the 7th B class is shown here. All are individual chairs and desks. The arrangement can be changed in whichever way is convenient for them. And every class has got 4 pin boards at the back, and there are 2 doors for every class. And as I told already, the green board and the smart board. And this is the podium. And the other fixtures of the fan and AC, as you can see. The 2 doors on either side. Next, grade 10B as a sample class for the secondary sections. All the classrooms are very similar with 4 pin boards at the back and the desks individual for each child. And as usual, the podium in front with the green board and the smart board in front. The classrooms are well ventilated with big windows to the other side for enough light and aeration. Next, we move on to the extra classrooms to accommodate the senior secondary classes. Same arrangement as we have in the other classes, with the pin boards, with the necessary furniture. As I told earlier, the windows and the podium with the smart board and the green board as like other classes. The other fixtures being the projector, the fans and the air conditioners. The 2 doors on either side. So this is a sample class of the extra classrooms that we have. Now we move on to the physical education department. As you can see, the necessary items are present which they do, and the indoor activities, and all the items concerned with the physical education department is displayed here. And this room has got the indoor items like caroms and chess, as you saw, and a provision for playing them here. And we've got the table tennis board here, and all the records are maintained as per the Khelo India fitness. And this is the activity room. As you can see, with all the items which are necessary for varied activities which are done by the tiny tots. And you can see it is colorfully painted with all the necessary items for the children to play and thereby learn. So this is the activity room with all the other provisions as in the other classes. And now this is the wellness room which takes care of the physical wellness of the children in case of any emergency. And here you can see there are provisions where the child can rest a little, and any immediate medical care that is required can be given. And here there's a cot for the child to take rest and other items required for the child in an emergency. And you have got all the kits which are usually found for the first aid. This is a display of all the items that are there in the physical wellness room, and this is the counselor's room where the wellness of the child, his mental well-being is taken care of. We have got a counselor. The children are counseled here, need based, and this is the counselor's cabin. And here is the tactile lab, otherwise we can call it as an art lab, where the children enjoy the most doing all the activities. And you can see the walls, all these works were done by the children, and this is the place where they enjoy the most art and craft. These are some of the exhibits showcased here. And this is the multi-purpose hall. And here you can see all the musical instruments. There you can see the drum sets, the keyboard, the speakers, the mics, the guitars, the tabla, mridangam. This is the photography items which are here. Now we move on to the gents staff room and the ladies staff room. And all the staff rooms have got this arrangement where there's a big table and the shelves, individual shelves are allotted for the teachers. And this is the accounts office where there are about 8 cabins for each of the departments like transport, fees, housekeeping, and all the other departments as well. Here we've got the Xerox machine, and this is the conference hall. And this is the principal's cabin. Where we've got the front office where the parents or any visitor is received and made to sit. And then we've got the vice principal's cabin. And this here is the principal's cabin. And all this together, the administrative part is taken care of. And this is the correspondence room. I have covered all the areas in the school. I thank the IC members, Ms. Premlata ji and Ms. Anupama Sharma ji, for traveling with me throughout the school. With this, I conclude the video, thanking you all once again.